recap. I'm just gonna tell y'all what happens at Walmart. I'm gonna start from the beginning of the day. Hopefully, y'all can hear me over this fan. If not, I'll turn it off. I just need to kind of cool off. My fan doesn't work in this part of my apartment. Like the air doesn't come out, and they're not gonna fix that. So let me just start from the beginning of the day. At the beginning of the day, it's I only okay. So I knew it was my payday, and so I was like, okay, just to give y'all some history, I only go shopping at Walmart once a month because I no longer have my car. So I go once a month. Because I go once a month, I get a lot of groceries to hold me over because I Uber there and I Uber back. So I get everything I'm gonna need for the month because I'm not going back for the rest of the month until my next payday. But in the morning when I got up, something told me not to go to that Walmart because every time I go to that Walmart, there's not even an interaction. They just look at me funny, and I'm like, oh, why they looking at me funny? I'm saying stuff like that, but I'm not talking to nobody in particular. There's been times where I had to ask for another manager, but there was nothing where I had to really get. Was there? Oh, there was another incident where I did get vocal with another young lady, but she was a African American young lady. So let's just give y'all the recap. Every time I go there, they always looking at me, thinking I'm stealing, no matter how much money I spent. Okay, just that's just the brief. Whatever it is, they think I'm stealing. So because of that negative energy, I had already told myself, you need to stop going there. There's a Walmart that's like 2 minutes up the road from me, but that's the what do you call it? The supersized Walmart. This one is just a neighborhood Walmart, and I needed school supplies, so I'm going to college. So I was like, nope, I'm going over here to this Walmart. I got to get some school supplies. And I ignored my intuition because, again, my intuition told me to stop going there, to go to this Walmart right up the street from my house. But I was like, no, I want to get some school supplies. They got more stuff at this one. So I went. And from the beginning, the day was already going not well. This gentleman pulled up this I think his name was Muhammad, and he had some trouble calling me. I mean, he had some trouble finding my apartment, so I called him back or whatever. But when he finally pulled up where I was telling him to pull up, he was like way over here, and my apartment is right here. I was like, what is he doing? Just pull up. And that already had me kind of pissed off because I'm like, sir, you're an Uber, pull up. Like, why are you way back there and I'm right here? It's your job to literally pull up to where I am, take me to where I need to be. Nevertheless, I got in the car. I still talked to him and tried to, make the best, even though I was upset. And we talked or whatever. And then he dropped me off at the Walmart. Okay. The first thing is my mind told me not to go to that Walmart no more. And I disobeyed my intuition or the Lord telling me you need to stop going there. Second thing is the Uber driver, his energy just wasn't right. But we still both played it off, even though we both was not really feeling each other like that. Third thing is I got to the Walmart and there was this Muslim lady with her child and she kept blocking the aisle. When I first encountered her, she was like in the middle of the aisle. We're going to get to the personal space part, right? Where I was like, get out my personal space because there's a difference between personal space and public space. This lady and her child kept blocking the middle of the aisle and she kind of had like a little attitude. And sometimes I feel like people in that religion, because they can't let their hair down. Baby, you got more hair than me. Let your hair down your baby, but you mad at me wearing my little short little TWA or being free. Take all them clothes off. And you say it's a part of your religion, but their religion teaches hate. And it was just this negative energy exuding out of her. And as I'm walking, she kept trying to block me. But some of these women are evil. They'll try to use their children to do it. So she had her child in the cart, but she had her cart in the way and she kind of was not wanting to move it. So anyway, I went around her, ran into her again at the back of the aisle. She was doing the same thing, trying to block the aisle again. But this time, this white lady was like, excuse me. And she was like, oh, I'm sorry. I was like, yeah, you gonna move for the Caucasian lady. So she moved. She was giving me negative energy. And to be honest with y'all, I'm trying to work on my emotions because when I see people with negative energy, oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Y'all keep me in your prayers. I'm going through things. I'm trying to work on my emotions. I'm trying to work on my attitude. And I promise you, I'm not a bad person. I promise you, I'm not a racist person. Contrary to what a lot of y'all believe, that's just experiences I had. I'm gonna get into that though. Just listen to what I'm saying. If y'all can, I'm trying to tell y'all the backstory of what happened yesterday. So that was that situation. And she was kind of blocking the aisle, but like I said, the Caucasian lady was like, excuse me. So she moved and I was like, yeah, get out the way. I kind of whispered that. But I was kind of upset. So when I see her blocking the aisle, and when I see what she was trying to block, I could pick up on her energy. I was like doing like this, like rolling my eyes. But ever since I was a teenager, I've been kind of picked on by other girls, my own black queens. Girls just don't like me of every color. They never really have. So when I used to go through stuff like that, I would like shake my head, or I do a little model walk, a little catwalk, and my mama would tell me, "You don't have to do that. Just be yourself. You don't have to do nothing extra." So I'm still trying to work on that, because really I'm hurting, because people always, I never seem to fit in, not only just with my own, but then dealing with things from other people, whether it's just females hating, whether sometimes it is racism, different things. I'm trying to figure out how to deal with that and not get super emotional and not go off on people. So that's a weakness I'm struggling with. So I'm getting up to the point where I'm fussing with this gentleman. So anyway, I'm shopping around. I'm about to start college in August, so I had to pick up some folders and stuff. I go to the meat department. I was only supposed to spend $250, and I saw my cart getting kind of full. I said, I need to stop right here. I need to leave. Okay, I didn't listen. I kept shopping. I get to the register, y'all, with all these groceries, and the food coming up to like 380, 400. I said, this is too much groceries. I said, this is too much. I'm spending too much, because I had the money to spend it, but why? When I'm a single young lady, why I'm spending that much? So it was my fault. I put too much stuff in the basket. So I started putting a lot of stuff back. And there was these two Indian ladies that one bought a basket to me. And to be honest with y'all, I am working on myself. I don't like people in my space. She bought the basket kind of close, but I didn't say nothing. I promise I didn't say nothing. I was at the basket a little too close, but I was like, you know what? It's my fault. I put too much stuff in my cart, so I'm going to deal with it. So I just let her have a basket there, and I put the stuff away. And then I finally got finished with putting the stuff away, and I had them to take off some items. But some items that they rung up to see what it was to take off, they didn't take off. So I was rechecking that. So I was there. I was already in the store shopping for about, I would say, 2 hours. I got to the register. I was at the register for probably about another 2.5 hours, because trying to see what I'm getting. And I had all these massive groceries. I put a lot back, and that was my fault. But I did put them back. They did have to go back and take some stuff off. But then when I was asking one of the ladies to take off some of the stuff, the other lady was trying to like kind of stop her. And I'm like, no, she missed some stuff. Take it off. I don't want to pay for it if I put it back. Stuff like that. And so I'm gonna read y'all comments. Just let me finish this, and then I promise you I'm gonna get to everybody's comments, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Okay, so I got the stuff off, right? And as y'all are seeing in the video, all them groceries lined up, they were already scanned. So it's not like I'm stealing. I know a lot of people assuming I'm stealing. I'm trying to slip and fall. I have money. I don't even work right now. I have money. As y'all know, I got kicked out of the army and stuff like that. So I have money by the grace of God. I've never been a lazy person. I've been working since I was 15. But I've always seemed to get fired or mistreated, or I do have, if you treat me wrong, I'm going to say something to you. Then I'm going to get an attitude. Then I'm probably going to start fussing. But I don't just come in with an attitude, because that's not how my mother raised me. So you have to understand what I'm saying. I've been working. I'm a hardworking person. But what I'm saying right now, I'm not, because I'm trying to focus on finishing my school so I can be a high school teacher. So, okay, so all this stuff is rung up. Because it's so much groceries, I didn't bag it yet. I was like, let me put it all right here. Then I'm going to go through and I'm going to bag it. But I want to make sure they don't have still items on here. And I should have, because there were still items on there that I had asked her to take off that she didn't get to. So she did all that, and it's a point where I see a water bottle leaking. So I caught the first water bottle leaking. I picked it up. I threw it away. And so I don't know if that was the same water bottle that made water or if it was another one. But all I know is this is the part y'all didn't catch on the camera. She kind of pushed the cart over on me, because I was behind the cart, like looking at the groceries, like overwhelmed, because I got too much stuff in the first place. And she kind of pushed it over. She didn't say, excuse me. Okay, I got to get this. And I probably still would have been like, can you please wait? Because I don't like people in my space like that, and I know I have to work on that, so I'm getting to that part. So, but it still would have made a difference, because it's not what you do, it's how you do it. She just came in, kind of pushed the cart back on me, and that rubbed me the wrong way, and just start doing her job. But it's just like, say excuse me, or don't just push the cart back on me. So she started doing that. That's when I had bought out the camera, because I was like, she just pushing stuff back, and I was like, ma'am, can you just please wait till I finish? I don't like people in my personal space like that. Because her and the other lady was kind of walking back and forth between me, and I was kind of looking at her, but I'm like, I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm kind of working on myself. I'm like, you know what? I'm not even gonna say nothing. I got a lot of groceries up here, so it's a lot. So they're gonna be looking at me. So I was like, let me just do what I need to do. But at that point, I was agitated. So I was like, can you please just wait till I leave or whatever to get this water up? And the manager, him saying, okay, she just doing her job. When I look back at the video, I realized I should have been like, okay, fine. Even though he was a little bit voicey in my opinion when he was like, no, she has to do her job. I wasn't trying to hear that. I was just like, please get out of my space. But when I look back, I should have been like, okay, just let her do a job, and it would have ended right there if I could have kind of caught myself and kind of calmed down, despite how I was kind of feeling inside. But kind of what agitated me was when I was saying to him, okay, look, you keep kind of coming toward me. I was aggravated at that point, and I was like, can you back up? Can you get out my space or get another manager? I was just really upset and aggravated at that point, and then I was getting aggravated with him. And then what y'all really couldn't hear in the video is when I was saying, please, can you back up? Give me, can you get another manager? Even though he was saying he was the only one, he was just like, he was kind of like, oh, well, or oh, no, I'm the one that's here. Something he kept saying, it was agitating me because it's like, sir, at least back up. Even if you're not going to go nowhere, you just going like, okay, at least just back up. Don't. But he kept kind of like doing like this, kind of coming in and saying, it's like, sir, okay, just back up. If you're going to watch me, but don't keep just doing this. And you see it's kind of like a confrontational problem. So anyway, after that, he stepped over there. He talked to all the managers, all those managers, people that are not my color, always be staring at me every time. They always think I'm stealing. I go there every month, once a month now, because I don't have my car. And they've been seeing me since November when I used to have my car. And I spent a good $300-$400 like a nut. And I said, I'm gonna stop doing that, overdoing these groceries for one person. But they always assume I'm stealing. And I don't have to be saying nothing to nobody. They just watch me. It's just thief written on my head to them. I don't have to say nothing. I don't be acting ratchet or nothing. I just mean minding my business. But for some reason to them, I'm a thief. And so they just be watching me. So because of that negative energy, I said I need to stop going there, but I didn't listen. So he went over there to the managers. They all talking. And then what happened? I just continue running my stuff up. At this point, a black lady comes in. There's another clip with her. A black lady comes over. She was like, listen, can you please just go to the people and let them ring you up because you've been over here for a while. I said I shouldn't have to do that. I shouldn't have to be doing that. I'm not stealing. I'm just trying to make sure that nothing's overcounted. I'm not paying for anything extra. Everything's off and all that. But the truth be told is I was still taking too long. Do I think the police and all that, it should have escalated? No. I feel like he was not used to a woman telling him to step back. I feel like in this country or in his culture, in his belief, women don't talk back to men. They don't stand up for themselves. And because he couldn't take a woman, let alone a black woman, telling him to get out of his space or back up, he's like, oh, let me call the cops. Let me ban her. Even if y'all want to say I was being ratchet, right? I was doing too much. It was not enough for you to call the cops on me. If you want to say, okay, leave in this moment, in the moment, then that was one thing. But to say the cops came 2 hours later, after y'all seen the video where I'm talking to him, he called the cops on me for that situation. A few minutes later, I saw him on the phone and I was like, okay, he's trying to act like I'm being hostile or whatever. Even if you want to say I'm being ratchet or mouthy or getting an attitude, which I was emotional, it was not enough to call the cops or ban somebody. Nobody got hurt. And just to let y'all know, when he moved over there, I came to myself and I did apologize to the two young ladies. I apologized to the first one. I said, you know what? I apologize. You're just doing your job. And then I told the other one, I apologize to you too. You're just doing your job. I promise you I did. And it's on camera. I still apologize to him. But I was kind of more upset at him because to me, if you see somebody getting frustrated, I don't care. I'm going through a lot of things anyway, y'all. Just to be honest with y'all, I spend a lot of time on my alone. I'm dealing with some certain things. I'm dealing with loneliness. I'm dealing with oppression sometimes. I'm dealing with the loss of a mother. And though you say that's not excuses, it's not an excuse. I need to work on my attitude, but I'm not an ugly person. But everybody has good and bad days. I'm trying to work on myself. And so I just got emotional and I'm trying to control those emotions. But anyway, 2 hours go by. I'm still in there like a nut, recounting my groceries and everything. And the lady told me to go to the person. I went to the person, y'all. I went to another rep shop. I went to an actual person and let them ring all my stuff up. I paid for my stuff. It came to $331. I paid for my stuff. I still stayed there. Like, oh, let me count it. Make sure he didn't accidentally ring up something. Let me make sure. And every time I counted, I kept getting the wrong thing. Again, I should have just, at that point, I probably really should have left, but I was trying to make sure, let me just make sure this is right. So I will admit I was staying there too long and I kept counting my stuff in between these circumstances. But anyway, I paid for it. He gave me my receipt. Instead of me leaving, I recounted everything to make sure. I even went to the, what do you call that? Customer service desk. Like, can y'all recount this? I just want to make sure. And I looked at my receipt. I did find one mistake that he made. And that was, I got 2 things of waters. Y'all know how y'all get those, you get like the 40 thing of waters. I got a 40 thing and then I got a great value, but he charged me for the 41 for both of them, even though one was a 40, one was like a 26. So it's like maybe a $2-3 difference, but there was one mistake I found, and that was pretty much the only one I found. And after that, the guy gave me like $1 back and some change. I was like, okay, let me just rebag my stuff because I kept recounting this stuff. But after that, so my stuff was in this basket and that basket. I went over there to rebag my stuff, y'all. And at that point, that's when the cops approached me. And this, mind you, is a good hour and a half, maybe 2 hours after that first interaction with the guy. This is how long I'm still in there counting my stuff in like a nut. that. So it may seem a little unseemly. They probably like, oh, she crazy, she recounting her stuff, but I'm really trying to make sure like I didn't get cheated out of $2, $3, $4, but I guess I should have went ahead and left. My mama even used to tell me, when you shopping, don't spend a long time. If you know people already thinking you stealing and you're a black woman, people gonna have they're gonna have their assumptions whether it's right or wrong. So don't add to the fire by taking an extra long time, which I admit I did do. But again, I did apologize to those young lady. I didn't apologize to the man because I felt like he was kind of not really obeying. I won't say obeying because you don't have to obey me, but regarding my feelings as far as, listen, I'm emotional, I don't want to talk to you, can you get another manager? He said he the only manager on duty. Okay, that's fine. Then at least step away. I keep asking you to at least step back or step back. Don't keep. He kept like kind of coming like this and talking, and I'm like, sir, come on. So that happened. It happened, but I think it was a bit too far to call the police and say you're going to ban me. But again, at the beginning of the day, for you guys that are just coming in, something told me not to go there anymore. Something has already been telling me not to go there no more, because every time I go there, they assume I'm stealing no matter how much money I spend. I didn't listen. So the police come. I'm nervous. I'm like, oh gosh, here we go. What is going on? Here they go. He's staring at me the whole time. Y'all seen what happened when the police come. That video's up. Go through all that. At this point, two Hispanic ladies I noticed when I watched the recap. What y'all didn't see is I got into it with one of them. Y'all heard a little bit on it at the end of it, but that thing was a long conversation. But anyway, I noticed they was following me when the police was walking me out, like they were glad. And I'm like, I ain't never said nothing to y'all. Y'all don't even know me for you to be so excited that the police are walking me out right now. How evil is that? So what I was saying when I was coming back in, I said there's all these criminals, illegal immigrants that are raping and murdering people. And I said, not all illegal immigrants, but some. As soon as I said illegal immigrants, she said, you talking about my people. You talking about Mexicans. You talking about my people. I said, are you a legal immigrant? She was like, no, but you talking about my people. My husband is, and he working on his papers. I said, what I said was, there are some illegal immigrants that are raping and murdering people. They raped a 12-year-old, or they assaulted a 12-year-old and killed her in Texas. One from Guatemala or I don't know how to pronounce it, so excuse my ignorance on that part. And another one from Venezuela. He killed another Caucasian lady somewhere. So there are some that are dangerous. There's a lot that are not dangerous, that just want a better life. I don't have a problem with the humble ones. I have a problem with the ones that want to come over here and be murdering and raping and be racist. But the Hispanic lady was just going off on me. But my whole thing was, ma'am, even though I got into it with this manager, it's not nothing that I did to be told, oh, you can't come here. The Hispanic, and here's my problem with the Hispanic lady cop. I'm gonna get to that, but I want to focus on this lady one thing at a time. My problem was she didn't know me. Why are you so excited that they trying to arrest me or telling me I can't come back to a Walmart as another minority as that? Because if I see something, I don't know what happened, I'm gonna mind my business. I'm gonna be like, what's going on? Is everything okay? I did have one black brother come up to me and be like, hey, you want me to pay for that? I'll pay for it. He thought that they was trying to arrest me because I didn't pay for my groceries. And I said, no, I got my receipt. I paid for this. They just telling me I can't come back. They're banning me. And y'all can say, oh, you ratchet, oh, you this, but it was nothing to the fact where you should say, oh, we gonna ban her. I feel like that's a man not being able to take a woman, like I said, telling him, get out of my space. Whether you like it or not, whether you think it's ratchet or not, it's not to the point where you should have called the police and be banning me when I'm not hurting you, I'm not touching you. If I'm asking you to back up, back up. Whether you demand you or not, back up. You could go stay out of my space. So look, back to the lady. She was just like, oh, you talking about my people. We are hardworking people. For every Hispanic out there that thinks that your people are the only hardworking people, black people been hardworking. Black people built this country. And guess what? We did it for free. They beat us. They killed us. They beat us for looking white folks in the eye. We built this country. They bought us over here on ships and we built this country. We picked cotton. We built things for free and we got beaten and we got killed for it. So Hispanic people are not the only hardworking people. The older ones are hardworking. I don't know about a lot of the younger ones, but the older ones are hardworking. And to let y'all know my backstory, I have worked for some Hispanics, 2 McDonald's, and one of them always had me doing the hard work. They always treated me. They did not treat me right. They did not treat me. Matter of fact, every time a Hispanic person would come in there, I'd be on the register. They would move me out the way and they would just start talking to that person in Spanish, whether they speak English or not. But I don't have a problem with real Hispanics, with good Hispanics. I got a problem with the racist, cliquey kind. And y'all, that's the people that y'all always see me going off on. I have a problem with the racist Hispanics because they exist. Racist people and good people exist in every race. But in that situation, like one good Hispanic came in, he was like, I can speak English. He was taking my order, but the rest of them are kind of like cliquey-ish. And so I had to leave that job because they was always like like mistreated me. They always had me overworking, but they was kind of like more cliquey-ish and just cared about themselves. So to them Hispanics that's just only for yourself, God ain't gonna bless you like that. If I was the type of person where I'm only for blacks, God ain't gonna bless me, because at the end of the day, you gotta love your people, and you doggone right to be wanting the best for your people, okay, and to take up for your people, but you gotta show that same love to everybody. You can't be just, it's only me against the world. It's only Africa against the world. It's only Mexico against the world. It's only Puerto Rico against the world. No, that don't work. It don't work like that. That's not racism. That's me keeping it real. If I call you out on your BS and you can't accept it because I'm speaking facts, that's not me being a racist. That's me speaking facts. Your people are not the only one that's hardworking. It's people that's hardworking in every ethnic group. Like I said, a lot of the old school Hispanics are hardworking, but my people have been hardworking. We built this country. I don't have a problem with illegal immigrants. I have a problem with the ones that come over here that are racist, that are entitled, and that want to be killing and raping people. Those are the ones I have a problem with. Anybody else, God gonna make a way from you. He gonna make a way for you if you don't have that money for you to get the money. You best believe he gonna make a way for his people. He got people that are illegal immigrants that he's going to make a way for. I got a problem with the racist ones, with the entitled ones, with the ones that want to come over here and be big and bad instead of being big and bad in Venezuela, instead of being big and bad in Guatemala. Why don't you stay over there with that? If you're gonna be racist, if you're gonna be ugly acting, if you're gonna be like some of these people from other countries that treat me, he want to call the police on me because I told him to get back. Stay in your country with that. And then, go back to the Hispanic lady. So we kind of going back and forth, but she was like, just go back home. I said, well, you mean go back to Africa because I'm African? She was like, no, that's not what I meant. But that's what you meant, though. But you're a whole person telling me your husband is an illegal immigrant and I don't know him, but I'm a whole citizen. But you want to tell me, somebody that they brought over here, to go back to my country. You see how this is unbalanced when they want to be more for people that weren't even bought or born over here. You want to show more love to them and treat my people and my kind who've been over here for 300 plus years that they bought over here wrong. You still want to treat me like a slave. You want to call the cops on me because in your country you can beat up on females. You can toss them any kind of way, but a black woman told you to get back, so you want to call the police and ban her. How dare her raise her voice on her? Yes, I'm working on my emotions. Yes, I'm working on my attitude and things like that. I'm working on it. I am not perfect. I do have some things I need to work on. That's to address that. My problem with the female cop, the Hispanic female cop, I feel like she was racist. I really do. Because again, a lot of Hispanics, and I'm not saying all because there's some good ones, but I always run into these ones that's kind of cliquey racist. They always for their own. And when they see somebody else, especially a black woman, somebody different, they it would be okay if I had the green braids down my back, the purple braids, if I was ratchet. Those that they don't threaten, they're not threatened by them. But an intelligent black woman got a little money, kind of know how to, kind of got it together. Something is a threat. But I feel like she was racist because why in the world was she so eager to arrest me? Why was she so eager to arrest me? Cameras in this store not showing that I stole one item. Every time I go to that store and I ring stuff up, they want to go back and be like, oh, she missed the item. Then when they check it, they be like, no, she did ring it up. Cameras in this store showing I did not steal anything. And I didn't commit a crime. Now, what people are saying is you don't have to. They can just feel a certain way and say you're a trespasser, you're a criminal. But let them do it to you and your family, because they don't do it to white people, because they don't do it to Hispanic people. They want to do it to a black woman. They want to do it to a black man. I'm not pulling a race card. I'm stating facts. When y'all go into the store, oh, well, I'm not yelling at people because people ain't all in your space like that. Yes, I had a lot of groceries, so I dealt with it up until a certain point. I dealt with it. Y'all didn't see a lot of it. I don't like people in my personal space, so I'm trying to work on that. It's a difference between personal and public space. Public space is, this is an aisle. Okay, y'all got to come through and get your stuff. Okay, so again, I apologize to those ladies or whatever, but why was she so eager to arrest me? I didn't hit him. I didn't punch him. I didn't steal anything. Got my receipt, paid for my groceries. Why are you so eager to arrest me? But y'all say I'm the racist one. Why are you so eager to arrest me when I should be able to take my time? And again, my mama told me you shouldn't be in there too long, especially when you know people of other color got expectations about you. So I realized that I can't be doing all that. But at the same time, that's nothing to want to say, oh, well, we got to escort you out. We want to ban you. That's pettiness. I feel like that's racist and it's ugly. It's evil. Yes, I need to work on myself. Yes, I got emotional. Yes, I need to work on my attitude. But it should not have went to that extent, but it did. That's okay. I don't have to go back. I shouldn't have been there anyway. My mind, maybe God was already telling me not to go there. But it happened. But I feel like that female Hispanic cop was racist. I feel like she didn't like me for whatever reason. I feel like she was on a power trip, and instead of arresting criminals, rapists, murderers, the cartel that's running Laredo, she want to arrest a black woman for shopping. So what? I got a little mouthy with him. I didn't hit him. I didn't punch him. I didn't do nothing too disrespectful. I said, step back. Please get out my space. I didn't come up on him punching and kicking and cussing him out. I said, step back, get out my space. You can be the manager on duty and say you're not going nowhere. Just step away from me. That's all I'm asking. Step away from me. That's it. You can't force yourself on somebody. Okay, you the manager on duty, still step aback. He could not listen to that. That was my issue. But like I said, I'm trying to work on my emotions. But for her to be so giddy, so power strict on, you're not gonna comply. If you watch the video, she said, are you unwilling to comply? I'm willing to comply about what? I'm not a criminal. Me running my mouth is not a crime. Can it get you in trouble? Yes. Do I think that's a bit too much? Yes. But her willing to arrest me, I don't care what y'all say, I feel like she was a racist. And them other two Hispanic ladies getting on a power trip because they was walking me out and getting excited and just coming at me. I don't know them from left, right, doodle. I ain't never seen them a day in my life. Goes to show that there is racism in the Hispanic community toward blacks. I don't care what y'all say. And why? I ain't never said nothing to you. I don't know you. What I'm stating is facts. They arrested me. When it's criminals out here, they can be arrested. When it's people out here that ain't even citizens, not all of them, that are raping and killing people, not all of them, because I could have been an illegal immigrant. And as a child of God, I understand that it's mercy over law sometimes, because God is love. But if you come at me sideways, I'm going to state some facts. Then when I state the facts and call you out on it, you want to say I'm being racist. Let me address something. Let me address that when they came up to me, I was kind of out of it in my mind. When I say out of it, I was overwhelmed by like, why are the cops here? So in the video, so when I seen the paper in my cart, when I seen that paper, I was like, is that mine? She was like, no, it's not mine. Yours is right there. I'm like, how did this get here? I did not remember her putting the paper in my cart in the store, because when she had put the paper in my cart, I wasn't totally focused on what she was doing. My mind was overwhelmed, so I was kind of looking over here, so I didn't catch it. Because the reason why y'all know, because if y'all would have seen my attitude in the video, I was like, I'm not taking it, I'm not signing it. So if I would have been totally focused, I would have been like, no, don't put that in my cart. I'm not taking that. I'm not a criminal. And as soon as I would have did that with her attitude, she would have been like, oh, you're what do you call that? Resisting. And she would have been quick to try to arrest me over some foolishness, calling me a trespasser and a criminal. And for y'all that's saying again, oh, that's what you are, you're a ratchet black girl, oh, that's what you are, they don't have to have a reason. Let it happen to you and your family, because it doesn't happen to y'all, but it happens to us. And I don't care what you say, me telling him to step back and all that was not worth you calling the cops and banning me. That was an ego trip. That was some male supremacist stuff. That was you getting intimidated because I'm a woman telling you to step back, and the woman in your culture don't do that. They don't talk back to y'all. Again, I'm working on myself. It happened. I feel like the cop was racist. I don't know why the Hispanic lady was on a power trip. And it was a Hispanic lady. It was maybe, I don't know if she was another Indian lady. It was a black girl. It was females all over the corner talking about, yeah, arrest her. I said, for what? For being black and beautiful, for what? For why are you so eager to see another female get arrested? What did I do to you? Me having this interaction with him, that might be your friend. It's not serious enough to want to arrest somebody. Who did I punch? Who did I slap? What did I steal? Paid my receipt. So why are y'all so eager to see me arrested? Why are you people so evil? When I say you people, why are people so evil? All these females over here talking about, yeah, arrest her, and they laughing. The two Hispanic ladies walking out on a power trip because they glad I'm leaving. And y'all can say, oh, it's because you ignorant, you racist, you're evil, you're wicked, because it was not that serious for you to say to ban. Because let me have been a Hispanic girl. I bet you that Hispanic woman would not have been so hyped to arrest me. And this is not every Hispanic woman. My first sergeant was a Hispanic woman, and a beautiful Latina at that. And I love her. She carried herself very soulful. She probably grew up with a black woman. She was real and she was beautiful. So I'm not a hater. I ain't no type of hater. If you a whole baddie out there and you Latina, I promise you I'm not a hater. I don't have a problem with you unless you're racist. I ain't gonna call you out. People just have a problem with me. My own females have a problem. Black females. They can be black, they can be white, whatever. People don't like me of all colors. So, but my problem is when you racist, that brings a whole nother issue. So me saying, if I was white, if I was Hispanic, I don't feel like that cop would have had the same attitude toward me. You say she was just doing her job, but she was a little too eager to arrest me, in my opinion. She should have been like, look, we both minorities. I don't know what happened, but listen, just do this. The cops were more chill. The white men cops, they was just listening. They were just, if you look at the video, they were just listening, like trying to figure it out. And he even stepped in because she was like, are you resisting? She was ready to arrest the sister. But y'all say I'm the racist one. But if let me have been Latino or white, she wouldn't have been ready to arrest me. But he had to stop in because he was like, no, it don't have to go down like this. I understand what you're saying, but this is their right to say whatever. And I was like, okay, let me comply, because my mama told me when it comes to stuff like that, just comply. And so that's what I did. I probably should have filed a lawsuit, but I'm not going there. But I just want to give y'all the backstory No, I am not a racist. If I see some racism, if I feel like you're racist, I'm gonna call you out. I have experienced it. It can come from anybody. It's black people that's racist. It's people of every color that can be racist. But in my opinion, we face the most racism. Blacks, Africans, from minorities, walking in the beauty supply, Asian people just following us. But we paying all this money for all these makeup, all this weave, all these nails. But y'all just assuming everybody's stealing. And while there are some bad apples out there, it ain't all of us. Okay, so yeah, but at the end of the day, I'm working on myself. When I look at the video, when I played it back, I said, okay, when he said she got to do her job, I should have just been like, okay. When I looked at it, I should have just been like, okay. I didn't, though. In the moment, I didn't. And it made me more upset when I kept saying, okay, look, I'm uncomfortable. Can you step back? And he kept kind of like not doing it and kind of like saying whatever and still kind of doing like this. It just made it worse. But yes, I'm working on myself. Yes, I'm working on things, but I still think it was taken to the extreme. I think it was modern day racism and slavery to be like, oh, because she said something bad, we're gonna ban her from the Walmart, we're gonna escort her out. And then after all that, getting into it with the other Hispanic lady out there, and then to have the Hispanic lady come back out in my face and just pull out a camera and take a picture of me like I'm a criminal. I said, why you take a picture of me? She was like, because you didn't show me your ID. I'm like, I'm not a criminal. What do I need to show you my ID for? I didn't steal anything. I didn't hit anybody. I didn't do anything wrong. I took a long time, but that's not a crime. I can shop however I need to. But at the register, I guess you do need to move a little faster, but I'm not a criminal for her to take a picture of me. It made me feel like she was treating me like a dog, like I'm a monkey, like I'm beneath the human, like I'm beneath her. And it's like, are you going to put that up on these Walmart photos like I was a thief, like I stole something? She was like, no. I said, oh, you just going to put it up in the police station? She was like, yeah. But I guarantee you, if I was a Hispanic woman, a white woman, it wouldn't have went down like that. That's all I'm saying. Taking my picture for what? I didn't commit a crime. If y'all want to say, okay, they can ban you, okay, I'm leaving. I had to go back in because I had to call Uber, and the Wi-Fi on my phone doesn't work until I go back in. But for her to be taking a picture of me like I'm a criminal was not okay. For her to be ready to arrest me like I really did something wrong was not okay, because it wouldn't have went down like that if I was white or Latina. That's the truth. And for all the real Latinos and Latinas out there, I'm not talking to you. My first sergeant was one. I'm not talking to you. But racism exists. It exists within y'all community. And I feel like she was on a power trip, and I feel like she was low-key racist. And y'all can't change my mind for nothing. Why this other Hispanic lady following me out? Why all these females talking about she needs to get arrested? For what? What did I do to you? What did I do that was so wrong? So I'm working on myself, because at the end of the day, I know that I'm a leader, and I know despite these things and me beefing and stuff with people, I feel like at times can be racist, and it can if they're Caucasian, if they're Hispanic, if they're Asian, if they're Indian. I feel like the man was being I don't know if I feel like it was more a male supremacist thing, but it could have been a little racism too. But I feel like it was male supremacist. Coming from his culture, and I feel like it was a culture shock for him. So in order to put me in my place, because I feel like in his culture, women have to be put in their place, he was like, okay, let's ban her. That's what I feel like. But whoever that person is that I feel that way for, I'm gonna call him out. And I'm not always perfect. I'll admit when I'm wrong. I'm working on my emotions. I'm working on my attitude. No, I am not a racist, but I am working on. But if I feel like somebody is, I'm gonna call them out on that. And maybe they not. Maybe they just on a power trip. Maybe they just a hater. I don't know what the case may be. But at the end of the day, I know as a leader, God is calling me to lead all people. He's calling me not only to my people, blacks and Africans, but to all people, because God is love. But I'm not perfect. I'm working on myself. I have a mouth. I get an attitude. I'm very sassy, but I'm sweet too. But I'm trying to learn how to control my emotions. I'm trying to balance, and I admit that. But that's just backstory. That's a backstory on what that is. All right, so let me start from the beginning. Oh, ready for these comments? I address those. I'm okay, BB. Thank you for asking me. Hello, Rob Gammer. Hi, how are you? I'm good, BB. Are you from Nigeria? I am Nigerian. I was born and raised in America. Black girl, according to my DNA. As I got older, I was looking at my face. I was like, yeah, my face is very African, because the way they teach Black people growing up is that you're not African, your ancestors are. But as I got older, I was like, no, I'm pretty African. My face is very African. So I was like, I'm Nigerian. And then I took my DNA test, and I said, before I took it, I was like, I'm going to be about 91% African. And then when I took it, it was like, you are 91% West African and 7%, I think I was 8% European, 1% Native American, but I am 42% Nigerian to be exact. And so I just go by Nigerian because that's my bigger my bigger percentage, and I love everything about Nigeria. And they're very glamorous, very over the top, very me. So I just that's why y'all always be like, see me repping Nigeria. Yes, I am Nigerian. Um, you said my earrings are some rainbow wings, and I love them. Like I said, they're very over the top. I feel like they're very African. I love them. I don't know what GYAT means. Breaking news, guys. San Francisco just had an earthquake at 9. The Golden Gate Bridge just collapsed. Several fires around the state. Several building collapses. I pray that everything is well. I pray that God protects people, and I pray that people call on the name of Jesus, because if you call on the name of Jesus, God will definitely show up. Hi, sis. Keep fighting. I am an introvert person, kind heart, face my life. But my mom always said, girl, everything will be fine. Now, my mom passed away, and I'm still sad now, 4 years without my mom. Thank you so much for your encouragement. My mama passed away in 2018. Be strong. Know that God is with you. And yes, I will keep fighting. I need that encouragement. Thank you so much. Be strong, and God love you, and he's with you, and you're going to get through it. When I first lost my mom, I kept seeing, like, I still be seeing her in dreams. I can't lie. I couldn't believe it, but I finally accepted that she's gone, and she would want me to have a blessed life and have a fruitful life. So I'm trying to do that right now while I'm single, but I really hope that God blesses me with a husband and kids and all that. But until then, I'm going to get a puppy in a few months. But first, I got to start school. Breaking news, guys. Okay, you already said that. You got kicked out the army, you would never get a state job or government job. You have to do something very bad to get kicked out the army, and that's not good. Not at all. People that smoke weed get kicked out the army. They kicked me out for failure to adapt, which means you going into the army, but you still acting like you in the outside. So uniform violations, being late, 2-3 minutes late, little small stuff is what they were. And then they end up saying failure to adapt. And they try to say misconduct because I got into one fight. People in my dormitory, whatever you call it, barracks, all them kids was fighting, but the cops was used to. Matter of fact, when the cops came up there, they was laughing. That was my first little fight, and they put bad conduct, and they said because she struck a specialist. I was a PFC, but the girl actually was a bully. She actually ended up beating me up. I was trying to fight back, but she was taller, she was bigger. She won that. You win some, you lose some. I don't even fight. I'm saved, but I tried to stand up for myself. I'm not going to be a punk, but I know I shouldn't be fighting because I'm saved. But that day, it happened, and so they put misconduct because she struck somebody. And then again, but at first it was failure to adapt. So for you saying it has to be something bad, it doesn't have to be. They'll kick you out for smoking weed or marijuana. Like I had a few people that was getting separated for smoking weed, for getting drunk or something like that. Like it's random things you can get kicked out for that are not major issues, but the army will deem you like you need to be separated. So for me, it was small petty stuff. So it's not what you're thinking at all. If you want to say I got an attitude with my sergeant, I did. She didn't like me. And she happened to be a Hispanic woman, but for whatever reason, she would write me up for every single thing. When I did good, she always found a problem with it. She separated me, and the ma'am that ended up separated me, that had the power to, was a black woman. So it is what it is. It's a black girl thing. Always fighting. Okay. Yeah, just keep me in your prayers. Hi from India. Yeah. And to let y'all know, because I know y'all said that somebody said I was racist toward Indians, Hispanics. That was my first encounter with an Indian man. First of all, I think Indian females are one of the most beautiful women in the world. All women are beautiful, every race, but Indian women are one of the most beautiful women. They are freaking gorgeous. So bump what y'all saying. I actually love the culture, like the way they dress, their beauty is like it's top notch. It's one of the best. Indians, Ethiopians, of course, Africans, everybody, every Latin, we all beautiful. Latinas, Asians, whites, we all beautiful. But I'm not lying. I really do think Indian women are one of the most beautiful women. Always, everybody else is racist. Come on, man. It's easy for y'all to say that, for some of you Hispanics that's saying, oh, she always saying somebody's racist. You don't have this skin, right? You're still white skin. Y'all say you're brown, but you're not. You're white skin. You don't have my hair. Okay, well, my hair ain't slicked down, baby. This hair is coarse. They call it carpet. I felt the carpet and felt my hair. I said it's the same texture. And I don't have it. I don't think it's what you say, it's how you say it. I call it carpet because it's the same texture. But it is what it is. It's coarse. That's how God made me. I'm still beautiful with my carpet hair, with my 4C hair, whatever. That's what I say. But for me, my thing is you don't know because you don't look like me. They treat people on what they look like. Some people do. And I'm not saying everybody because everybody's not racist. I've said this before. And so for y'all that keep saying the same thing, I mean, I don't know what to say. Always okay, so I read that. Talk slowly. I do talk fast. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, trying to God, listen now. Ain't nobody French kissing me and hugging me until we get married now. You have a problem, just chill. We Hispanics people don't complain about racism. I mean, first of all, y'all experience racism too, because there are some Caucasians that do discriminate against y'all. It is true. It is very true. And it may be some blacks that maybe be mean to y'all, but in general, I don't we black people accept everybody. We ain't tripping. We accept everybody. You know how we are. We cook, we loud, we finna get out there and have a good time with everybody. But my thing is, I don't believe y'all face racism. I can't say it because it is some cops that, matter of fact, I was gonna do a video for one. There was a cop that just killed a young man that was Hispanic. He was 17. I meant to do that video last week, but I'm gonna do it still. But there are some cops that kill people. Maybe they racist towards blacks and Hispanics. Some just blacks. Whatever the case may be. But my thing is, I don't feel like y'all face it as much as blacks do. I feel like though y'all do face it, I will acknowledge that y'all face it because blacks and Hispanics are in prisons. Y'all probably been victims of hate crimes just like we have, not to the same extent, but same thing. But what I'm saying is, I don't feel like you experience it like we do, because I feel like people of all minorities hate us just because we're black skinned, just because of the way we look. And you guys fit more in with Europeans, same skin, same hair. Now, some of the ones in Mexico have brown skin, golden, this beautiful complexion, you know. But for the ones over here, they're white skin and white hair. That's okay. Y'all are European. You're still European. Spaniards are still white men that speak Spanish. That's okay. But what I'm saying is the experience is different because y'all still don't look like us. Y'all still look European. So you don't know unless you look like me. There are some people that discriminate because of what I look like. And I didn't say it was everybody. Why do y'all complain about immigration? Like I said, So, okay, so my whole thing was growing up. I don't have a problem with it because I always say they just coming for a better life, right? And I told y'all I'm Christian, so I believe in mercy, I believe in love. But as I get older, I realize things still have to be done in a lawful manner in general. If we just want to let everybody in, the system gonna fail. We can't just let everybody in. You know what I'm saying? It's different if it's 2, 3, but when we just start emptying and just letting every country in, how's that gonna work for us that are already over here? Something's going to go upside down because now you have these millions of people are coming from everybody because structure is not in place. And I hear people say that there are people that are working to do it the right way, hardworking people in their country working to come over the right way. And so I feel like the law is in place for a reason. Now, if you want to say you shouldn't talk about the law because you was kicked out the army because you got a bad attitude, amen. I'm trying to work on myself. I ain't say I was better than nobody else. So you can throw that up in my face. That's fine. But the fact is, the law is still in place for a reason, so that everybody is balanced. So it's a check and balance system, so that the ones over here still have their place, still have their money, their jobs, and everything is not topsy turvy because they're just emptying it out. It still has to be a structure to it. But no, I don't hate illegal immigrants, if that's what you're thinking. I touched on that earlier. God is love. And like I said, I'm sure you got some people that I seen some illegal immigrants. They was like, thank God I made it. I'm just trying to have a better life. They probably didn't have the money to do it the right way. But what I say again, if you God's people, whether you illegal or not, he gonna make a way for you. If you humble and you know Jesus, he gonna make a way. He gonna fix it for you. But if you're not humble, that's when God gonna humble you, especially if you're doing something the wrong way. That's the difference. Nope, we don't beg for free stuff. I mean, when have I begged for anything? That's my whole thing. Y'all, some of y'all Hispanics are very prideful and entitled. You want to say that you're the only hardworking people, like black people for every group, there's some people that want to just sit on welfare, sit in the projects, people that's white, people that's black, people that's Hispanic that prefer that. You got people out of each of these that are hardworking people. I've been hardworking. I've been working since I was 15. My mama told me to work for stuff. Don't wait for nobody to get it for free, because she come from a family that come from the projects, but she had a mind to work. I've been working, but every time I work, females find a problem. People find a problem with me. You know what I'm saying? They fired me unjustly because to be honest with you, I was very pretty, and I used to have a lot of hair. I used to look like a black baby doll, Black Lucy. Y'all don't know, I've been that girl. So females would always give me a hard time. They would always unjustly fire me. And it's prettier girls than me out of every color, and black girls that are way more gorgeous than me. But for whatever reason, females would just be hating. That's my story. They would always randomly fire me. Like I said, I had to leave one of those McDonald's because they was mistreating me. The other one, I told them back then, that was like 6 years ago, I liked Trump, and they was Hispanics, and they fired me one day randomly. So, and I'm not saying it's always Spanish because it's not. It's not. And it's some bad blacks and it's some bad people in every color, but I'm just gonna tell the story. I'm not finna sugarcoat it. It is what it is. We all need Jesus. We all need help. I've admitted what I need to work on, and that's what it is. Sis, never let someone put you on the defense. Yes, pray for me. I'm working on that because I be in the defense a lot because I'm used to being alone and I'm used to people just, and I've been through that at black colleges. Girls always mad, always trying to fight me. So I'm always on the defense. I grew up the only child, so I had to grow up in Hardin because I came from Pleasant Grove and Oak Cliff where they made fun of me, where they picked on me while she walked like that. So that's just my story. So I'm working on that. So I'm sorry. Why is it always someone else is being racist? I already addressed that. Where are you from? I'm from Dallas, Texas. Hey, just wanted to say cool earrings. Thank you. What about little green people? Who are green people? Take a breath, LOL. My goodness. Boo hoo. She always whining. She always talking about we racist. She get on my nerves. Give her some air. Somebody give me some air. Hey sis, I seen the video and the Walmart manager was definitely trying to gaslight you. Thank you. Keep me in your prayers. Keep me in your prayers. Keep me in your prayers, please, sis. But you beautiful as all outdoors. Thank you so much. I'm praying for your healing from the experience. God bless you. You always showing me love, and I pray God bless you in Jesus' name. Y'all just pray for me. God bless y'all. I'm done. I'm about to be out. Pray my strength in the Lord. Hispanics. I'm telling you, I'm working on my attitude, but I love y'all. I am not racist. But if I see one that's racist, we're going to have some words. But I'm not against y'all because it's not God for me to be against anybody. Do I have a mouth? Do I get an attitude if I see something that ain't right? Yes, and you probably will too. So pray for me and I pray for y'all. He ain't done working on me. He ain't done working on me. When I see something, I'm gonna talk about it and y'all might not like it. If y'all see something, you gotta talk about it, right? But we still have to be able to sit down and talk to each other. We can't be hating each other because that ain't God. It's not God. God is love. So pray for me because he ain't done working on me. God bless y'all. God bless you, sis. CC. All right, I'm trying to end it, y'all. All right, bye, y'all. Oh, y'all, Friday, tomorrow night, I'm doing my poetry, my gospel poetry. So 8:15, 6 points. I need y'all to be in the building tomorrow night. Gospel poetry. Check in. Check in. God bless y'all. See y'all tomorrow night.